Welcome. This is Precious Metals Prices. I'm going to start off with the dollar here and get a general overview of the market as we want to make money in precious metals. So I'm going to jump to the 5-hour chart. I really like the 5-hour chart a lot more than the daily chart. So it just shows a lot more of what's going on, I think. You can see very clearly the reverse head and shoulders and the pop over the 34. I'm looking for a retracement here in the next 10-15 hours as it wants to come back into support and reach its 8 and 13 over the 34, making a nice buying opportunity. So a little bullish on the dollar here. Let's just take a look at the daily as it is crossing over the 34, bending the EMA 8 and the 13 over the 34 as well. We closed over previous highs. Doing a weekly close. Here we can see maybe a bearish retracement, which is what we don't want to see. But it popped over, crossed back across, and bounced. If we can close above previous highs during this next week, I'm going to have to screen bullish. But right now, price is in a pinch. So it has to decide where it wants to go here shortly. And looking at the shorter term, it looks like maybe a retracement back into support so it can move higher. So that doesn't look good for us, silver and gold. So let's jump over the S&P. S&P, as you know, is making new highs almost. It's the talk of the town. We did close last week with a huge hanging man, long wick. But here's the thing: if we open up and keep going, this is going to be considered then a hammer, knocking out of the retracement bottom. So looks like we opened up already, and I'm late to the show, but looks like we already opened up. So that doesn't bode well very. There we go. Look for previous high breaks on a 60-minute chart on the dollar. That way you can tell, or the S&P, that way you can tell whether or not on a longer term chart what this candle actually is. But again, we have to confirm it on the way down, so look for any closes above, below the EMA 8, as this can be thrown together, confirmed as a hanging man. But right now it doesn't look good. Looks like the thing wants to go higher. Here we go. 10-year bond stuck at resistance, breaking in the previous lows. Came across the 34. Bullish retraced one more time right there. Look for a previous high break at $1.60 as it wants to go higher. And we have a 2-bar pattern that is bullish. That's a daily chart. You can see the higher low and then the double bottom. Look for previous high breaks. The previous high. Looks bullish from here. That's 5-hour chart. Let's see how we're doing on the long run. Yeah, there's another bullish close on the 10-year yield. We got 2-bar pattern. You got a higher lows. Look for previous high breaks as it wants to go to its natural course of return as it breaks into previous lows. Deutsche Bank, same thing, has a bounce. It's got a 5-hour. Must be nasty. There's a gap down. It could be construed as fill in the gap. So we'll see what happens. has a lot of work to do, even on the short-term 5-hour chart. Let's go to long-term. Looks like we put a reversal candle in on the weekly chart. Deutsche Bank put in a reversal bar. It has to break above, confirming this candle. Lots of work to do. Look for anything above 14 on Deutsche Bank long term, as well break into previous lows. We need a consolidation in and around 15-16 though. Lots of work it needs to do. It does have a reversal bar. So we'll see what happens. Looks like a reversal. Lots of work to do on the monthly though. Got 3 weeks to go, and that's nothing much going on there so far in the month. So anything could happen. Looks like the German bond is bullish as well. Everything's lock and step here. Doesn't bode well for the precious metals. So let's see where we end up. But that's a pretty soft landing there. Nice uptrend forming. We got price above all our averages there. Watch for price wants to fill in this gap some more, maybe hit resistance at negative 3.8. I think it wants to get back to 0. Let's look at it in a shorter term. Let's see the bounce. Look for a previous high break here. And maybe we can confirm that back to 0 scenario. Yeah, we have a V bottom, comes back into support. Let's see if we can break into previous. Same as ever. These charts all look the same. Let's look at crude. There's crude. Crude wants to go higher. That's a nice consolidation over the 34. Bullish retracement is the consolidation back into support. Look for previous high break at 42. As that's a nice looking chart. That's a 5-hour chart. Let's look at a daily. You can see the V bottom. I think after it runs on the 5-hour chart, look for a retracement making an opposing point. Hopefully we can get above here, breaking in the above resistance, and then maybe come back into support. Crude on a weekly. You can see the bounce now, the reversal bar. There we go. Let's see if we open up resistance at 44. Look for a run up into resistance, make an opposing point back into support, which would be the top of the reversal bar. So if this momentum knocking out a bottom, closing on close to its highs on a weekly chart, can keep momentum for the rest of next week here. Look for a run up into resistance, come back into support, and then bounce. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Let's see, monthly always has a lot of work to do. We got a double bottom working. We got to get above previous lows. Looks like we got stopped out the last time we went above previous lows. We got to get above previous lows on a monthly chart. So even though we're bullish on the short term, even on the weekly, the monthly has a lot of work to do. So lots of ups and downs in that scenario. Let's look at this Japanese bond. Nice bounce. There was talk about this thing just folding. and then all of a sudden we got a bounce. You can see the negative 30. It's obviously the most negative interest rate of the commodity or the bonds. Next to German bond. I'm not sure how the Italian bond is doing, but they're having trouble too. Maybe I'll look that up, but you can see the bounce. This is the elasticity of price. I'm always trying to point out how they just things get really out of control and pulled down as much as possible, even past like here's the measured move right there. So it got pulled down past previous lows, and then another whole leg down from here. Actually, let's just say 55. So let's just say 40 points. So 40 points from here. They pulled it all the way down as far as they could, and the elasticity of price, the oversold situation, like a rubber band being pulled back so far, it has to pop. So now it's at equilibrium, I bet. Reached its natural course of return. I'm thinking it's going to back off from here on the Japanese bond. Well, first of all, the D bottoms never work out, so you need an opposing point. That's weekly. Let's see this monthly. Let's see if this is faring out for everybody. Yeah, it got pushed back on a monthly basis. Resistance EMA 8 sitting right there. Yeah, monthly's got a lot of work to do if this thing ever wants to pull out anything. We do have on a monthly the AB bottom type, but we'll see where this ends up. Right now it's bearish. Bearish, bearish, bearish. Longer term monthly chart. Gold. I'm worried about gold because of all these bounces in the bond and the dollar and all this crap. So we broke down 5-hour chart. And you can see how steep that line was. So the steeper the line, kind of the easier the price can just slice through that support line. Now we got resistance, the 5-hour chart. That line was mostly for the 5-hour, but you can see the resistance on a longer term. Nice. Bumped into resistance here, all along here. Looking on a longer term, we're okay. Just watch out below. If things start to fall below support levels, we could ultimately break down and hit all the way back down to 13 as this hit a top, bounced into support, made a lower high, and now that's a weak bounce right there so far. Weak. That's it. See the pushback. I was hoping it would have broke that line there. It would have been fine, but it got just knocked back hard. Looks like we're pretty much at the measured move from here to here to here. That line. So whatever that is, 1373. You can do this. It's got about 20 points. So from here, 20 points. Guesstimating. So, and then we have previous lows over here. So I'm looking for a bounce. I need a bounce on gold. Let's just take a gander at the monthly, see how we faring so far. It looks like it's coming back into support, but we're having a hard time breaking previous highs. My target is still 1475, wherever that is. Right there, where these two lines are meeting right here on a monthly chart, and then these previous lows here. So I'm still up for my target. 1400 looks like a beast to get through, but we did it over here pretty handedly. I'm looking for some kind of pop above 14 though. And looks like the short term is not looking good for us. Has even just recently gapped down. So hopefully we can gap down, do a bullish piercing pattern, fill the gap, run forward, and start breaking into previous lows. The gap and fill. I don't know, we'll see. Silver, same thing on silver. I'm just wondering where the bounce is going to be. We broke down previous trend line, obviously too steep to hold. Hopefully that was the leg down. Hopefully we'll get a bounce. This opens down. I don't see the opening yet. I guess that is the opening. We already opened down. So it doesn't look good. I got a measured move on the breakdown. Measured move from this high and this. Well, let's see if we can figure this out. Let's go from 20. I'm looking at a measured move from 85 points. Let's just take it from 20. Because that's the emotional spot on the chart. And it's the previous high. So I'm guesstimating, but take the high. I got, what is that, 50 points? 85 points. So I got 85 points coming on the downside. Look for previous low breaks. Could get nasty for silver. I'll have to change my monthly outlook if this breaks down. If gold and silver break down, I have to change my monthly outlook because it'll take a while for this thing to. Alright, so on a weekly chart, we're okay, right? Look for previous low breaks though, as we got support at in and around 19. Previous lows at 1940. But we are working with a lower high. We are above support on a longer term chart. So there's hope that things could get bad to worse. I mean, I'm looking for a pullback to 1850. The long-term support line now. So anything could happen. If it does want to break down, the faster the consolidation, the better. Hopefully we don't go sideways for a few months, miss my targets. That would suck. Copper. Copper broke down too. Short-term chart. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like I want to break previous lows. We are working with an AB bottom. See if there's any kind of turnaround on the short term. Copper doesn't look good. I guess we could have an opposing point here. Maybe we can get a run. Copper needs a run. As far as I know, people are talking about copper running and letting silver run with it. Came all the way back on support on a longer term chart, so that's good. healthy retracement. Again, on the monthly, has a lot of work to do, but it looks pretty healthy as we are working with higher lows. We did get a bottom and an opposing point. Let's look for previous high breaks on a monthly chart. Looks good, but shorter term does not. Shorter term, looking for that opposing point, looking for a reversal. Doesn't look good on the short term. A lot of work to do. GDX, that abandoned baby is confirmed now. That 3-bar pattern I warned you about. Looks like a lot of people got sucked into right here. And tremendous sell-off on Friday, right? Everyone felt it. Still got support on the longer term, so not daily's nasty, and then we put in this falling star. Look for the piercing pattern to come all the way back into the support. That's a definite whipsaw close. It's a close below previous highs. It's a reversal bar on a weekly chart. So many things wrong here. So look for a breakdown of 50% of this candle. If we hold 50% of the candle, it's nothing to worry about. You'll see a bounce and it'll recover. But if it breaks 50%, breaks down previous highs, it could get really nasty. I mean, look how far it's ran. It's got to come down and meet its natural point, its trend at some point. So is this the pullback everyone's worried about? It could be the start. Could be a start. So just be careful out there. For previous low breaks, on the downside, you might want to reconsider your positions. Same thing, GDX, J. Abandoned baby. Reversal bar. Look for that 50% rule again. Breakdown of momentum at 50% and above on the downside. We do have support. We do have previous highs. Those are support levels, but it looks like a whipped price whipped last week. Closed below. Careful your positions. Bitcoin. I noticed this thing's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. I really like to watch this because it's it's not manipulated as much as I think it'd be naive just to think that this is not manipulated just like anything else, but I think it's a lot harder, and who knows what's really going on. But we had a breakout on this thing, right? This is a weekly chart. We had a pennant on Bitcoin. A weekly pennant pattern breakout, and I covered this in earlier videos a long time ago. We had a pennant, a long-term pennant pattern. It broke out, but here's the beauty of it. If you would have saw this breakout and then broke back in, back below previous highs, right, and then the breakdown, and then the tappy of support all the way back to the breakout, that's your best buy ever. I would have been very happy to be that guy right there. The buy into support, beautiful. It's a bullish retracement, right? previous breakout, bullish retracement back into the support. That's a beautiful thing. And the monthly, I mean, that is primed and ready to take another leg higher, breaking previous candle 620. Anything above 620 on Bitcoin, wham bam, thank you, man. You'll reach maybe another top, maybe an opposing point, some kind of consolidation. Looks like 700 is going to be a beast to get through, but look how fast that consolidation was. It was a 1 2 1 2. Look at see if momentum carries 620 and above. That is a fast consolidation on a monthly chart. It's the way it should be. That's good price action right there. Alright, so that's all I got. Thanks for stopping by. And just one thing before I go, I wanted to show everybody I changed platforms, or I'm going to be adding to the platform Steemit. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. So yeah, here's a Steemit. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways, this is a blockchain social media site that just opened up. It's probably like 6 months old. Not sure. But anyways, it's another social media, kind of like Reddit or Twitter, something like that. I got my blog. Here are my key terms I'm going to be sticking to. If you want to search my videos on Steemit, I'd appreciate it if anyone came over here and started viewing Rusty's Metals, precious metals prices at Steemit. From what I understand, it pays a lot better than YouTube, so I would appreciate anyone coming over to watch it on this platform. Rusty's Metals under these terms. Every time I do a video, I'm going to put it over here and include it in my blog. So there you go. I appreciate everyone. Thanks for the comments, and make sure you make a comment over here. It'd be awesome. And I'll talk to you soon. Be careful out there.